Hey, welcome to Backyard Hunter. Thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to like and subscribe. That's really going to help me out as I try to deliver content to you. Let me give you some information as we come into this pre-rut time that's really going to help you, I hope, get the buck that you're looking for. So the first thing is we need to take a look at the rest time. I know you're probably thinking, well, what do you mean about rest? I want to get out there. I'm hungry for that, and they're coming in. I want to go and get them right now. Well, listen, everybody who has the time to be able to hunt is trying to hunt right now. They're pushing the bucks around. And really what we need to do is give them a little bit of time to rest and get used to people being in the woods and kind of pushed wherever they're going to push as these guys are going in and finding their places to hunt. It's really best. The previous couple weeks, I've been going out so this week and then into the second part of next week. I'm waiting for that cold front to really come in. I'm in Southwest Michigan, and so the weather's been pretty good. Even today, it was pretty warm, so I'm not going out today, but I'm waiting for that cold front to come in. As soon as that cold front comes in and the weather really takes a bow down, that's when I'm going to go out. That's when I would recommend that you go out wherever you're at in a state, if it's been warm right now, unless you're in a northern state. But while we're waiting, give those deer a time to kind of figure out where they're at and find where they're going. And then the next thing would be where. So when you actually go out, where do you want to be? Well, that's a great question. You're going to want to go out in the morning and focus yourself around bedding areas in the morning. Try to plan on, as far as how long, you're going to want to get out there and probably spend a good 4 to 5 hours. Especially during this time period, what's happening is, especially when the cold fronts come in, that's when the deer are going to be moving a lot more in that early morning time. They're going to be waking up. They're going to be trying to go out to get some action out there, and then they're going to be falling off after that, like midday. They're taking naps, and then back in the evening. So I wouldn't even go out midday. So I would go out early morning. I would try to hit it hard. And also when we think about where, I wouldn't keep going to the same spot over and over. Now, I realize some of you out there, you're going to have to go to the same spot because you have a limited amount of resources. But so for you specifically, give them some time of rest. If you've been out there, if you've set up trail cams, if you've set up looking around for these scrapes and these areas that are going out there, give it some time to then kind of do its own thing. Let the dust settle before you go out there. And then when you go out, I would go out in the morning. Like I said, I would go out in the morning and I would plan on spending 4 to 5 hours out there maybe. And then afternoon, 11 and forward, I would just hang it up. I would come back. I would get the things I need to do during the day. I would get that done. And then I might go out again in the evening. But if I go out in the evening, I'm going to focus more around the food plots and the areas where they're going to get some water and some food, and not so much during bedding, okay? And then that covers the how long and then and the where, actually. So I covered all of that all at once, which is really good. So let me look at my notes here for you. But be aware of overhunting specific areas, because during this time period, so if you look at this is the estrus cycle, right? So does are coming into estrus. This is where we are kind of pre-rut. And then what's going to happen is during this time period, when most of the does are available, we're going to see a lot of the bucks kind of disappear for a little while because they're finding where they can go and they're looking, and then eventually then they'll be back to their normal time period. But right here is where we're really wanting to see a lot of buck movement, okay? And so if you are waiting for, if you can wait for a good cold front, so the weather, is kind of up and like this, and then all of a sudden it takes that deep dive down, okay, right here, this is where you're going to want to really focus your energy, okay? So give it some rest period during this time. As soon as those cold fronts come in and hit, this is where bucks are really going to be moving. And as we're coming into this time period right here is what I'm talking about. So you have some rest, and then right in here is where you hit it when that cold front comes in. And I really think that you'll be pretty successful. That's what I'm planning on doing. Listen, if you could help me out and if you could comment what has worked for you in the past, what kind of things that you've noticed. This is just a hobby of mine that I'm learning as I go. And so I would really appreciate if you could like and subscribe, and then comment below how I can be a better hunter, what you would change about this, what wisdom you found. If you have stories about this that you can share with the rest of us, help us hone this skill. So, hey, thanks for joining Backyard Hunter. Get out there and slay something.